Kemi Badenoch, in an interview with the political editor from GB News, spoke about rebuilding trust with the British people, among other things. Before we get into the interview, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. And now for the interview.
Kemi Badenoch, thank you for joining us tonight on GB News. Now, you won 1,973 Tory seats last time. That will fall quite a lot, everyone thinks, on May the 1st. How bad will it be for your party?
We're going to be fighting for every single vote. We're working hard getting out on the streets, but you're absolutely right, Chris. The last time we fought these elections was 2021. We had the vaccine bounce. Boris Johnson was Prime Minister. We were picking up seats like Hartlepool that had only ever been Labour. Totally different. Last year, we suffered our worst general election defeat ever in our 200-year history. And we're still in the aftermath of that. So the results we need to compare to know whether we're doing well are not 4 years ago, but actually just last July. So I'm not putting a number on it. I'm just making sure... No, I think it's really important that we make sure everybody goes out and fights for every single vote.
Yeah. We've heard from you on some policy ideas this week. No mention of withdrawing from the European Convention on Human Rights. You're doing a lawfare review. Why is that? Are you going soft on that commitment to look at it at least?
I've always said that if we need to leave the ECHR, we should leave. And that it's not a silver bullet. It's not the most radical thing we could do. There are so many laws that are causing problems, and we need to look at all of them in the round. But I've come out with policies such as indefinite leave to remain and the changes to that. We need to stop the conveyor belts to British citizenship, for example. And when we see Labour doing really terrible things like the family farms tax, what they're doing with business property relief, we will reverse that. We will scrap the nonsense they're doing, VAT on school fees. So we will have policies. But on the big things, it's not just announcements anymore, because lots of politicians just tell people what they want to hear. We're not doing that. We're going to be telling the truth. The Conservative Party is under new leadership. We're doing things differently. We're not just going to rush out with announcements telling people what they want to hear. They're going to get truths, even when they're hard truths.
There's some polling of jail partners last night in Grimsby. They said about you personally, they thought you weren't a leader, these people, no impact whatsoever. One of them had forgotten you existed. Do you feel you're not cutting through? Is it hard to cut through against a Labour majority of the scale of July?
Well, this is the thing that I keep telling everyone, that this is a marathon, not a sprint. How long did the last opposition take to get back in? 14 years. Before then, 13 years. Before then, 18 years. And now, after 2 weeks, people were saying, well, you're not cutting through. Let's try and find someone else. It's 4 months now. This is a marathon, not a sprint. What I'm doing is making sure that we start to rebuild trust with the public. There is a lot of work I have to do behind the scenes, in-house, in my own back office, with MPs, fixing our campaign machine, as well as doing the outward stuff. People will start to see the returns in time.
As a political leader, trust is earned by the work you put in over time and the way you treat your citizens. After 14 years in power and a few months out, do you believe that the Tories have rebuilt trust with the public? Please like this video if you agree, and feel free to leave your comments.